What the fuck? Let's start in hot. It's not going to get better from here.
No.
We get together. We go, what are we going to call this thing? Let's put together a football podcast. We need a name.
So I had a couple ideas this morning on the way here. And I was going to say Views from the Six.
No, that sounds like a Drake album.
No. It does. But
Do you want to get sued by Drake?
the whole
We've
thing
got
was,
nothing
right?
already. You want us to get sued by Drake?
The whole thing was, I was like, all right, all of us around this table support a club that's in the top 6. But then I was like, you know what, do we? Like, you'll be lucky if you don't get relegated this coming season. So that's why we can't call it that. So it's a work in progress thing. You know what I mean? We'll come up with it.
Work in progress. So we decided, you know what? Let's just call this podcast Work in Progress FC.
Working Title FC.
Working Title FC. That's the one. I couldn't even get the name right.
That's what Man United should change their name to.
Working Title FC. Listen, you may know some of the voices, you may not. We're kind of like Rangers. We're kind of like Aberdeen. We're kind of like Wimbledon. Flew too close to the sun, had lots of money, Phoenix Club. We're the Phoenix podcast.
Rising from the ashes.
But we're back. My sexy voice. My name is Paulo. You know me. And you know my co-host, Senzo Satibi, always sexual, always sensual. And you know the other gentleman who's talking shit about Manchester United. His name is Ryan Tinline. You know us from the previously the podcast formerly known as the MKT show.
Yes.
We're a spin-off.
We are a spin-off.
We're a spin-off. But with that being said, you know, I said this to Ryan before the show. I said, this guy is, do you know, I hear more about Man United from Ryan than I do from like Man United fans. I think he's obsessed. He's in denial about him being obsessed, but I think he's obsessed. Everything points to Man United. If he's not speaking about Ronaldo, he's speaking about us, speaking about our finances, he thinks Chelsea. Paulo, listen to this laugh. Him with these daddy issues and whatever when their father walked out on them, he thinks that they've got more money than us. I love it. Just because I'm weak and I'm wounded, you think everybody can come for a shot, but I like it.
Well, can I tell you what? If you want to get paid a lot of money and go to a club and do nothing, I mean, let's do it. But
which Chelsea player scored more goals than Ronaldo last season?
Oh, you see, we already started.
Okay, we're going to get there. Listen, this is what we're doing here. We're going to try our best to do a season preview. Every team in the Premier League, we're going to break it up. We've got 10 episodes coming for you. They're all in your favorite podcast app right now. Maybe someone sent this to you as a WhatsApp. Maybe it's on your social media. We're going to do what no one else does. Everyone wants to talk about the big 6. We're going to talk about everyone as well, right? 10 episodes from the new boys right to the champions, and we'll chuck in some Liverpool as well if anyone insists.
Some Liverpool smut.
Right. Episode number 1. We're going to look at the new Premier League season. It is 35 years, or is it 30 years? 30 years of the formation of the Premier League this year.
Yes.
You guys know that.
Yes, 1992.
You're way too young to remember when the Premier League started. It was like the way people got so upset about the Super League, the European Super League. Like, if there was social media back in the early 90s, there would be no Premier League because all the little precious snowflakes would be, my club, what about my tradition? They suckled that sky money, and now we have what we have, and everyone wants to get in it. We're going to start off by talking about the 3 promoted teams.
I barely think you can call Fulham new boys because, see.
The yo-yo. Definition of yo-yo.
I think them and Norwich, what they do is that they take turns.
What's it? They haven't been in the same league for 5 seasons.
Yeah, but
they keep passing each other.
They're like, okay, look, bro, I'll be out for a bit. Like, you just temp for me. Just temp for me. I'll be back. And they keep doing it like that.
I think if those 2 end up in the same division together, football will end. It'll just go, pew.
Why do you think so?
Just the whole universe. Pew. There's got to be something there. So maybe let's start with Fulham. Okay, so we know Fulham. We've seen them before. They're kind of too good for the Championship, not good enough for the Premier League. Same as Norwich. This time they kind of want to do different. Fulham have tried everything. They've tried to come in with youngsters. They've tried to spend a lot of money. Remember the one time they bought in Schürrle. And they bought in...
Oh, yes. Yeah, Schürrle from Chelsea. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they went mad. Went down, right? So now they went down. They won the Championship. Had ridiculous scoring run.
Mitrovic, 43 goals in 44 games.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
Mitrovic was actually, I remember at one stage I had him in my FPL for an entire season, and he was one of my like top point scoring forwards. 100%.
I don't know. For me, Mitrovic is like, is from the same cloth as Arnautovic. look, every like the
Violence.
The talent is there, but it just seems like soccer comes secondary to them, and they don't take it seriously enough. You know what I mean? Mitrovic, as you said, Mitrovic, he's too good for the championship, as we clearly saw last season. But like he gets to the Premier League, and it's just a dumpster fire. Last time Fulham were there, he scored 3 goals in 27 appearances. Like, and if your main man who's got Premier League experience is scoring 3 goals in 27 games, trust me, you're going down.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. And I think the kind of thing with him is that he's quite a physical player. Listen, he's very clever, right?
Yeah.
And I think that combination of that brute force, plus he's quite sharp, and plus he's a good finisher.
Yeah, he is.
Works in the championship where you get a lot of chances. So one time, you play a game, bullying. I'm going to bully these centre-backs. Another time, okay, maybe they're technically clever. Let me do something else. Another time, I'm going to get 4 or 5 chances to score. Premier League, he's never getting that. And I think that's where he gets shown up. That's where it equalizes.
So what are you saying the problem is? Is it the problem with his supply, or is it the problem, or is it the skill, the level of skill that he has to go up in order?
He's not going to do it at this stage in his career, right?
Yeah, he is what he is.
He is what he is. He had those few years at Newcastle. He's been up and down with Fulham. I think he is what he is. He doesn't change. Also, a good goal scorer for Serbia.
Yeah, he's very decent, yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Why have hope in Fulham this time that they're going to stay up is our boy, always my boy. I'm always going to back the Portuguese guys, Marco Silva, right? 4th job he's done, Watford, Everton. Who else did he do? Wasn't he had someone for like three weeks?
Yeah, he was. Who was he?
Hull. He was at Hull.
Hull, yes.
Hull, Watford, Everton, and he's finally settled down at Fulham. He's a very good coach.
He is a very good coach, but my thing is that like if you couldn't cut it at Watford, because
no. No one cuts it.
Oh, okay, no. Okay. Let me take that back. Let me take that back.
Watford had 4 managers last season.
Yeah. Okay, let me take that back. But like, if you're looking at what Fulham are trying to become or what they want to become, the closest thing to that is Watford. Because Watford had a pretty decent run in the Premier League. I mean, they were there for a couple of seasons, and then last year their problems were well documented. I think Everton was too much for him too soon.
Yeah, we'll get to Everton in another episode, but that you talk dumpster fire. That's the word you used later.
100%.
Or used earlier. Listen, I want to talk to you, United fan. I love Fulham. I'm Team Fulham for one reason. They took Andreas Pereira off our hands.
I just saw this. They still haven't even changed him out of his uniform
They
yet.
took him off our hands. Thank God. Mr. Preseason.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Preseason worldwide.
Because that's my thing about it as well. Because like Andreas Pereira, like we had him on our books, right? And we kept on waiting for him to become this thing, to become this. We were waiting for him to become somebody like Bruno. I don't know. Stop me if I'm incorrect. Stop me if I'm. And then it never materialized. And for me, he got lucky to be at Man United for as long as he was, because now it kept on being a thing, and every time we'd get him, we'd just loan him out again. And I was just like, thank God he's gone to Fulham. Like, this is also.
What was the deal on that, by the way?
I'm not too sure. Let me just.
No, it's sub 10 million.
It's not bad for us.
Ryan, I want to tell you though why with him. Super frustrating player, kind of like that missed generation, along with Lingard and Pogba. He's a little bit younger than them, kind of same, cut from the same cloth. When I went to watch a match at Old Trafford, early season game, that's the only time he ever played. Pre-season in the first 3 or 4 games while you're waiting for all your international players to come back.
Yeah.
Right? In the warm-up, United warmed up in front of us. He was meticulous in that warm-up. Technique, pace, strength of control. You can see why this guy's a footballer's footballer. If you had to say, watch this guy, I was like, oh my God, I'm watching the best footballer in the world.
What?
He can't play football though. He's like a Red Bull street baller, right?
That's true.
Are we allowed to talk about Red Bull? Because I see Monsters, yeah. Is there some sponsorship deal going on I don't know about?
No, but we are open to it.
We are open to...
Exactly.
Score energy drinks will take anyone. We'll even take Dragon.
More fire. Like
we'll take it all. I don't even need 30 rand. Give me the 5 rand one.
Honestly, yeah, more fire. Like, give us.
What's that other one?
Switch. Oh, but
Switch. There we go.
but Switch endorsed the Springboks. So like,
we spoke about the Switch one. We spoke about Switch before.
Yeah.
A jelly baby flavor, custard.
Lemon meringue.
He left a lemon meringue one year in the studio fridge.
For months.
That's gross, but I also wouldn't drink that.
It curdled, bro. It curdled. It wasn't liquid. It poured out.
Sludge.
It switched to fucking sludge. That's what happened. So they've taken Andreas Pereira off our hands, thank God, because now we can just give it up. Like, now the new one, the United have always got a player, has a great preseason. We go, that's the guy. taking him. I'll tell you a guy watch out for. I think he's going to be low-key the best one of the best signings of the Premier League. João Paulo. You heard of this guy?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Sporting player. He was linked with United. Okay, it didn't happen.
Everybody's linked with United.
Yeah, true story. There was a stage where they're saying, well, Ruben Neves going to United, he'll come in at Wolves. So for him to show up at Fulham, where he kind of like had higher clubs, obviously the Portuguese connection plays in. Watch this guy. This guy is like the closest I can say is a Matic.
Well, okay.
Prime Matic.
My thing is that, like, yes, you see, and you've just hit the nail on the head on something that I want to make a point on. Do you know what the problem is with these small, newly promoted teams? It's either they go for like the flash and the pizzazz, and they go for players that are like out there to dazzle and stuff like that, or they go for like the complete opposite. There's no like transition player, so they won't have a player like Nemanja Matic, and then that's why it's either they score too many goals or they leak at the end. And like, I think that's one of the most key things that teams in the Prem, like, okay, we're not expecting Fulham to, I'm going to say 19th place, but we're not expecting Fulham to do anything special. But if Fulham can get themselves into 16th, 17th, it will. A big reason would be because of this guy. Because if
That's what I'm saying.
If you hemorrhage too many goals too soon, like your season, come January, you could be out. You could be out of the race already. You could be planning for life in the championship.
That's why I think it's so key. So many times they go, you need goals, you need goals, you need goals. They got Mitrovic. The guy scores goals.
100%.
It's that transition. It's because if you sit too deep, you're going to get pulled apart by Premier League teams. You got to stop that. He does it. It's an interesting midfield combination between the two of them. One player I want to see come back. They do talk about it in the Portuguese press. It could happen. Fabio Carvalho. This guy was a big reason they got promoted. Ryan, you got to see this guy. Portuguese player born in England. He had the choice to play for both. He's gone with Portugal. They're saying this guy's the next thing. He's a consistent nanny. That's kind of how I see this guy, right?
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
He's gone to Liverpool.
That's a big name to drop there.
He's got a nanny playing. I saw him the other day playing in Australia.
Yeah, when United smashed him.
Yeah, playing in Australia. So he's kind of the guy that was very influential. Has gone to Liverpool. They're saying probably a loan back to Fulham for the season. Liverpool are stacked, right?
Yeah, they don't need reinforcements.
I think if they bring him back in on a season loan, suddenly you're looking at something interesting. Suddenly you're going, you got a guy who can score goals. You got a real game changer. I'm talking real game changer here. João Paulo is solid, and Mark Silva, if he's not learned from his mistakes by now, then he's not making in the Premier League.
But also, what I want to touch on, Fulham. You look at their opening fixtures, right? So 6th August they got Liverpool at home.
Yeah.
Then after that they got Wolves, right?
They got a bitch opening.
Then they got Brentford. Then they got Arsenal. Then they got Brighton.
Okay, actually no, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
that's not too bad. Okay, Liverpool. You don't expect them to get anything there. Yeah. Fine. But Wolves, they have to go at it.
Yeah.
They have to pick up something against Brentford at home. They have to see that as nothing less than 3, because if you're going to stay in the Premier League, those are the fixtures you need to win.
That's it.
Arsenal away. Arsenal now.
I'm actually worried about Arsenal now.
I'm not. I don't know.
I
don't know. Arsenal are very. And then Brighton, you have to pick up something there.
Hey, listen, if you can come out of that run with 10 points, 10 points on the board before
10 points out of 15. That's not bad, actually.
That's not bad. If you can come out of that with 10 points, you're well on your way. That's a great start.
You got a foundation to build from, because the thing is, I don't see like Fulham, like we keep mentioning the Mitrovic things, but also if you see the way that they were, if you recap their season last season in the championship, you see the kinds of scores they were putting up against people.
Oh, monster.
Like
huge.
Like they scored 19 goals in 3 games in a week the one time. I was like, bro, this is ridiculous. If that's happening to you, I mean, you should be thinking, okay, cool. If we go to the Premiership, like the guys in and around us, we should be taking 3 of them.
Yeah.
We should be taking 3 of them, because like...
And you're right, because if you're going, that's exactly where Mitrovic will excel. He goes, I'm going to bully these guys. Let's forget the top 6, 8 teams. We get what we can out of them. The rest, we're stacked. We can build. We can take points from everyone around us.
And Fulham squad wasn't that like the championship squad wasn't that different from the team that played in the Premiership. The core was the same. So like you build around that. You go, okay, gents, we've been here before. What do we do differently? Okay, obviously we've got a different manager, but like Mitrovic. Dude, first and foremost, stay fit, because he was always like broken or whatever. Stay fit.
Yeah.
If Mitrovic can give you 16 goals, 17 goals at end of the season, You should be thereabout.
Yeah, you're mid-table at that. Let's go to another promoted team, right? Ryan.
Yes.
How many teams in the Premier League have European Cups?
Count them.
Count them. Let's go.
Liverpool.
Let's go.
Liverpool.
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay.
Liverpool.
I was Senzo.
Liverpool. United. Aston Villa. Chelsea.
And
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest with 2 European Cups. Was it
Same as Chelsea.
1979, 1980, I
Yes,
think,
Brian
right?
Clough.
And they repeated it.
Yeah.
So they went in 1 year, won the European Cup as champions, and then came back, defended it. Now listen, we're not talking about there was no money. Okay, European Cup was different then.
Yes.
It was probably easier to pull this kind of thing off, but still very, very impressive.
Well, why didn't Arsenal do it?
You're talking about the legendary Brian Clough. It feels right for me and people of my generation to have Nottingham Forest back in the Premier League. They were in the Premier League first couple of seasons. They're a storied old club.
I saw them late towards when when I was like 7, 8.
Yeah,
9.
just before they went down. And listen, they've been through hell. They've dropped the divisions. They've been so close to being a Phoenix club themselves. And they're back in the Premier League.
After 23 years,
23 years, they're back. Listen, they're doing some interesting things. You got to know the power of the Premier League. When Nottingham Forest, newly promoted, are buying players from Bayern Munich. They're buying Bayern Munich reserves.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's Bayern Munich, and I think one from Lazio.
Yes.
But they're buying players from
And
these
one
clubs.
from Union Berlin. And
That's it, right?
For 20 million pounds.
One player that's going to was so crucial to them last year, James Garner, Manchester United.
Yes.
Loan ended. There's stories about him going back. I could see that happen, and I think they need that.
There's talk of Lingard also going there.
£180,000 a week for Jessie fucking Lingard. What are we talking? That's what he wants. That's what he wants to do in Nottingham Forest.
He's not going to get it.
Is he out of his...
Is that what he's asking?
That is what... He is getting 75 at United. He wants double his salary.
To go to Nottingham Forest.
He's just as delusional as Pogba.
But based on what? Based on what?
Oh, I'd tell him to go fly a kite.
No, if you're a Nottingham Forest supporter, what does Jessie Lingard bring you for £75,000 a week?
Because he's not going to score you 15 in the league.
No, guys, come on. That is football gone mad. And they're considering it. I think that is a slap in the face for anybody if Jessie Lingard pulls that money.
My thing is as well, they made a good start by landing Dean Henderson.
Yeah.
They've because they're okay, cool. We've shored up the back and there's a guy, and also,
who knows how to play in a team like that?
Exactly.
He did it with Sheffield United.
Exactly. So, okay, that's a good place to build from. But now, Nottingham Forest now they're building their whole philosophy and their club culture around. They're trying to bring back those Brian Clough days.
Yeah.
So, and that's very look. The owner's done well. Like the owner's done. He can pat himself on the back. He's done to get
pull them from the hole. Yeah.
Yeah, to pull them from the hole. Now, what? Flip. So, okay, I've got a question for you, Paulo. If you're Nottingham Forest owner, and for you, Ryan, if you're Nottingham Forest owner right now, and I come to you and I say, I'll give you 17th. You finish 17th in the league before the league starts. Are you taking it?
Ryan, are you taking it?
I'm not sure.
So you want to fight it out?
I think so.
You want to fight it out? You want to try to get higher? Okay, what if I tell you 17th plus Jessie Lingard?
This is for Nottingham Forest?
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
No,
I cannot believe Jessie Lingard has West Ham on the table, got a couple MLS he claims, Saudi Arabia, and Nottingham Forest.
But that's okay, but not for 180.
But the thing is, I think he knows in his head that, okay, cool. If he goes to MLS now, that's his season, that's his career done.
Yeah, 100%.
MLS or Saudi, he knows.
Okay.
He's never playing for England ever again.
Yeah, but Jessie Lingard turns 29 next season.
Oh, snap.
This is the thing we forget about him. His career's done. The dude's done, 29. How do you get back in the England team at 29? You're Jessie Lingard. You have to have a Rooney record-breaking season to get back in the
Rooney S season.
Come on.
There's one place he could go for that money.
Hell.
Newcastle.
Newcastle aren't looking for a Jessie Lingard.
I know, but I'm saying they were the only ones who would actually pay that money because,
based on what though?
180,000.
But based on
listen,
Newcastle.
We'll talk about Newcastle in another episode. We want to wrap this up. We're doing a bit of a season preview on the Premier League, all the teams.
So going back to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
First, the opening fixtures. 6th August, Newcastle away.
Right. The Jessie Lingard derby.
Yes. 14th August, West Ham at home.
The Jessie Lingard derby.
20th August, Everton away. Oh, I don't know. This is a poison chalice for them. Then after that, they got Tottenham at home. Then Man City away.
Listen, Nottingham Forest are straight back down. I'm sorry. That's 20th in the table.
Yeah.
Like, they're not carrying a sponsor this season, so it's just iconic. Their tree badge, they're gone.
But also,
they're done. They're going to have a hell of a season.
Those first 5 fixtures are hell.
Yeah.
I think you should watch out for Bournemouth, though. I just want to mention that.
So we're going to finish off. Let's finish off on Bournemouth. And the only thing that you can say is Scotty Parker's got great hair. Bournemouth, tell your club to get their shit together because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah. So Bournemouth, I don't know how I feel about these guys, because for them, their first stint in the Premier League, they by staying up and finishing where they finished for a club of that size, they did pretty well though.
But it just shows you this thing that a lot of clubs fall into, right? So Eddie Howe does a fantastic job at Bournemouth, but that's it. A fantastic job for Bournemouth. And everyone starts agitating. Oh, we should be better. If we're established in the Premier League, let's go higher. Get rid of that guy. Guess what? You go straight down. Scotty Parker takes you down. So we should have just kind of done what Eddie Howe was doing. There was nothing wrong with that.
Don't fix it if it's not broken.
Don't fix it if not broken. What do you think? What do you think Scotty's going to do? Scotty's got to go. Scotty already took one team down. Is he going for 2?
Look, he did get them back up. Granted.
Ryan, why do you think we got to watch out for them?
Because I know Bournemouth from previous seasons. It was a team that even Chelsea at a point.
But that's previous though. It's not the same Bournemouth.
I know it's not the same.
And a lot of that is Eddie Howe.
The cherries.
Yeah, the cherries.
So then I don't know. I'm pretty interested to see what's going to happen.
Is Junior Stanislas still playing for them? Because he sounds like a DJ. Give us their first 5 fixtures, Senzo.
I'll give you.
Let's get sexual with their first 5 fixtures. Are they
6,
gone before the World Cup?
Oh no, they go.
Are they gone before we break for the World Cup?
Listen to this.
Oh no,
6th August,
so
Aston
bad.
Villa. Then after that, they got City away. Then Arsenal at home. Then Liverpool away.
And then Wolves.
Okay, relegated before the World Cup starts.
But that's the thing. Because and then they got Wolves at home, and Wolves aren't a slouch either. The thing is, you play, you could look at this one of 2 ways. Okay, we've got our hard ones out, done and dusted already.
Good point.
Or
But you're demoralized.
yeah, this could knock your confidence
Yeah.
that it could. So let's say in these 3 fixtures, you play City. You're playing City at the Etihad. You catch 8, right? Then you go play Arsenal. You catch a hot 4. Then you go play Liverpool. You catch a hot 5. What does that do for the morale of the team?
It's true.
Ryan, if I'm Scotty Parker right now, I'm phoning ITV and Sky and say, listen, are there any pundit jobs available for the World Cup?
Honestly.
Because I'm going to be free.
Honestly, no, yeah.
This is Working Title FC, the Phoenix podcast, and we are doing a season preview, all 20 Premier League teams. This is episode 1. Thank you for listening. Please share it with your friends. We should have social media handles.
Yes.
We should, but we don't. And that's just how on the fly.
That is the beauty of it. Working Title FC. Anything can happen. Might have a shirt sponsor tomorrow, might not. Might be Scotty Parker, might not. Just, it's a working title.
Making it up as it goes along.